Alrighty, everyone, just give me a second. Alrighty. And of course, Bat 13 first up. Scotty, Bat 13, Brad. As I continue to get things together here. Of course, we got Jerry, hello from Central Illinois. Daddy Dutch, I will be seeing you next month. Spike, and of course, Hungry Hussey, the man of the hour. Will, my man Will. Barbecue Mama. Of course, my man Judge Webb never disappoints. And yes, I do like to make an entrance. And of course, little Seaweed is in the house. Followed up by Little Beefy. Of course, Colleen going by her regular name today. And we got a Facebook user. And yes, I am sporting my M&K gear. If you guys could take a little bit of a peek. And of course, I am going to be working a little bit of security at the end of the month. And that is security for M&K. And of course, we got Ronnie, and we've got a Tennessee. I can't see some of these names. My man's Double J. Russ, it is good to see you. I'll never pronounce that, so I won't say it, but it is good to have you. And yes, I will be seeing Uncle Steve and the rest of the crew in Houston in middle February or towards the end of February. So I have a busy 2 months coming up. I've got a little M&K at the end of January. Of course, Uncle Steve and the rest of the crew in February. So let's bring on our special guest as I see him going to sit down now. I'll give him a second to get ready. And there is the Hussey.
What's up, buddy?
What's happening, man?
We're just over here having a load of fun, man. Load of fun.
There you go, man. So everybody knows the Matthew or the Hungry Hussey. If you guys have any questions cooking, I know I get rammed because there's, we get off the cooking, maybe recipes or something. So if you guys have any questions, Double J, just shout them out. I'll definitely try to get to them. But what I want to do now is I want to, because I don't even know the story and I would like to hear it. How did you start your channel? Was it always Blackstone? And, did you start on the griddle or did you start someplace else? Let's hear about that.
Yeah, so I probably did start more griddle, Tommy. When I first started this social media, I started out on Big Green Eggs, right? And I'm very, very, I used to be very common on what's called the Egghead forum for Big Green Egg. And I always liked taking pictures of my food. I just always liked photography, right? And so that's how I started really the social media spiral, if you will.
How long ago?
Probably 2000. I got my Big Green Egg around 2013, I think, 12 or 13. And then, so in that era, I can't remember exactly when I started. I started on Instagram, Facebook first, and then started moving on. But so 2015, August of 2015, my wife gave me a Blackstone for my birthday, August 2015. And because everybody on the Big Green Egg forum was like, you got to have one of these to release your inner Waffle House, right? And I just I was salivating over the thing. And so she got me one, and that's whenever I started posting more stuff with the griddle, mostly on Facebook, Instagram. Didn't get into the YouTube scene until probably in 2016. Back then, Blackstone, they reached out to me to be a kind of like an influencer, right? And had some friends too. Now, mind you, that said, "Hey, maybe you should do YouTube at some point." And I just like, no, I didn't really know what YouTube was. And when Blackstone said, "Hey, maybe you should," or I'm sorry, not Blackstone. It was a media company that worked for Blackstone that got influencers.
So this is when Blackstone really was just making their bones, basically.
Yep. Basically, the only person out there was pretty much Todd Toven at the time, kind of doing work on a griddle. So after I signed up to be an affiliate, I get a link, get a code, try to sell some griddles. The person said, "Hey, maybe you should check out Todd Toven. He does videos on YouTube. He does, pretty good." And I started looking at him. I said, "Well, shoot, man, I got a camera. I got all this stuff. Maybe I should do this." And then I realized how hard it was. But I don't know the exact month. I know it was summertime, Tommy, of 2016 is whenever I technically started.
Okay.
And it took a while to kind of get into the groove, kind of start figuring things out. But yeah, so it's been a minute.
And now, do you work? I'm guessing you work full time. I mean, I know you got young kids, so I highly doubt YouTube's your full time gig.
It's not. I have a full time. I have a full time job, and plus my channel, and then plus work for Blackstone as well.
Yeah, yeah. How do you like the Lone Star?
I love that's probably my most favorite cooker to cook on is the Lone Star grills. It just the taste that comes off of that thing. It's just do you have time to fire it up and tend to it and all that kind of stuff? But man, it's fun to run. It's fun just to kind of hang out in the driveway. It's a blast.
Now, do you have a pellet grill?
So I do. And I just got a new one. Put it together today. And a lot of people that maybe come over from my channel or frequent my page on Instagram, Facebook, I just put together the new Blackstone pellet grill.
Okay.
Griddle combo. So you have, I can't remember. I think it's about 700. I can't remember the exact specs, but I think it's around 730 some square inches of space, which is pretty good space. Plus a 22-inch griddle right beside of the sucker. So it's a pretty long thing. Looks really good. I have cooked on it before, I will say that, and it's done really well. The electronics is nice. They got a nice app, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, that kind of thing. Got 4 probes. So kind of looking forward to giving that thing a go. That's my uncle. That's my niece right there.
There you go.
There it is. Yep.
Yeah, there it is. This is a Lowe's exclusive. And the one thing I like about it, I know Pit Boss came out with something similar, but everything was a little too small. The pellet was a little too small, and the griddle was a little too small. This looks like a little bit more beefier.
Yeah.
No offense to a little beefy out there. I'm wondering how good it smokes. That's one thing that Pit Boss lacked was a little bit of smoke.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how this one smokes. I know was it Crazy Pop?
Yeah, Butch got one.
Yeah, he put a video out on it, and I think he got like 20,000 views. So you better get that thing.
I know.
Get that thing up on the channel quick.
It's been in my garage. They delivered the thing.
Yeah.
Friday before Christmas, and then we went out of town day after Christmas and to go visit my wife's family. And it's getting how it is, getting stuff put together, put in place. It's tough.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball a little bit, but it'll be fine.
I believe where you from? You're in North Carolina now, right?
Yep, North Carolina. Yep.
Is that where you're from?
Yep.
Okay, so North Carolina.
Yep.
Do you prefer
Central
cook?
North Carolina.
Do you prefer cooking on the griddle over the over like say smoking? Or I'm sure you have cooked on pellet grills in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you prefer the did YouTube corner you out into the? Do you feel that they cornered you into always cooking on the griddle,
Yeah.
or
They do. I feel
kind
like
of?
they
Yeah,
do. They just kind of push you into this is your griddle space.
yeah,
You do something on the smoker, and it kind of you just don't get as much love, even though they say we're going to find the audience for you. You just put it out there, and it's going to go slow, but then they'll find the audience. I don't know about that, but
yeah,
so yeah. But I sometimes when you do that, they might push you out to a different crowd, and it may not be popular. But if you get a little bit of organic growth, is my mindset. Like if you just get a few people that said, "Oh, I kind of like this guy. Let me, give him a look." So if you get a little bit more organic growth, I feel like that might be a win. And I don't know. So if it's something I like to do, I think it's pretty cool. I've had some smoker videos do pretty well. I got
yeah.
a few, but it's not like griddle.
Yeah, yeah. Do you? What's your? I got a Facebook user. I can't read the name unless they okay it on the Facebook end. So I do apologize for that. What's your favorite foods to griddle up? Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah, I like breakfast for
Yeah.
one. Man, I love tacos. That's probably
Do you?
Mexican food. I love a taco, any way, shape, form, fashion, whatever. Just give me a taco.
No kidding.
Yeah, I love tacos.
What videos do you find do best? I find in the griddle end we're talking. I find that it seems like breakfasts do kind of the best.
Yeah. Breakfast does. That's used to be one of my most popular videos. Was just like a simple, the most simplest thing you ever had in your life, and then you hit 1 million views pretty quick.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was just real simple. I wasn't even going to do the video. My wife had kind of said, "Well, maybe you should do this. This is something that you grew up on, and just something real simple, cheap, and put in front of the masses, and it's good." So, but yeah, I will agree. Breakfast, you got the hot topics typically are breakfast. It's the seasoning. It's the smash burgers. It's the fried rice, the hibachi, that kind of thing. So.
How do you come up with your recipes? Do you do you have any food background, or do you do a lot of? I don't do much research. I did do a little bit of research on that brisket video that I just put out because I was researching some other channels. So I have kind of tried to stay away from a lot of channels because I don't want to plagiarize as far as what I'm cooking. So I really don't. I really don't research too much. I'll Google research more than I will YouTube research. How do you play that? How do you get your ideas and stuff?
I go through different places. There might be a local restaurant that might inspire me to do something. There might be something I watch a lot of Food Network or America's Test Kitchen. I might see something like, oh, maybe I could do this and put a spin on it, or because you'll see a lot of times my videos like, yeah, I saw this, but I just kind of put my own little twang to it, and so that's kind of what I do. And I don't watch a lot of YouTube. So a lot of people, they'll say, oh, did you see so-and-so's video? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't. I'm sorry. So I don't watch a whole lot, and then don't do a whole lot of research. I will use the research tab a little bit. That's in the YouTube studio. But it just depends. Sometimes I'll just sit here and brainstorm, be like, all right, well, kind of what you want to do, kind of lay things out. I use not Google, but OneNote a lot, and I'll just sit there and just throw crap. I mean, I just throw spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. And sometimes I just don't want to do what's on my list, and something else I want to do, and I'll just do it. Like my daughter, I fixed some orange chicken. It's been probably 2 months ago, and she's been dying to make orange chicken again. And so yesterday, I filmed orange chicken with my little girl. She hadn't been on the show in a long time. So it just depends. I mean, there's a lot of things that inspire me, and a lot of times it's something that if it gets me excited, I'll do it, and I'll drop whatever I have, what I think I might do. I'll drop it in a heartbeat, especially if I get excited about something.
I'll tell you, as you were talking, first of all, can you take a break from the bacon? That is from
That's Jacob. That's my shooter, Jacob. He don't like bacon.
okay. Now you have somebody that works the camera.
That's him. That's
Now,
him.
how long has that been going on? Because I haven't noticed that too much in the past until recently.
Yeah, he started with me in October of last year.
Okay.
A little over a year.
Now, is he family or?
No, he's real good, real good. I call him a kid. I'm old. I can say that now. I'm old enough to probably be his daddy.
There you go, man. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Now, do you find the show is better? Do you find it's easier?
I do find it's easier, especially now. We kind of know each other a little bit more. Man, well, I tell you what, we have our challenges though. Not long ago, boy, we had the struggle bus was so real, man. We couldn't hit sand if we fell off a camel, man. And it was just we couldn't find. We were not hitting the record button on one, and then our mics wasn't on, and one other time, and it was just terrible. But yeah, he comes. What's nice is I don't have to worry about the cameras. I don't have to worry about getting the mics on, getting the mics, getting them laid out. Jacob comes. He comes into the office here. This is my office. Gets the camera ready, fresh battery in, all that kind of stuff. And then when we're done, we swap out memory cards. He goes off on his way, and it makes it really nice. That's something that I don't have to really worry about.
So he edits too?
Yeah, and then he edits for me.
Oh,
Also.
look at you, man! Big time.
Yeah,
big time.
But
You know, I had. I'm just trying to keep up with any questions. Somebody is saying that you can't, after 150 push-ups, you collapse.
Yeah, those things are tough, man.
I think I would also.
Those orange push-ups, right? The ones that little ones with the.
You know, I was contacted again today. Now, obviously, I'm full time, and I was contacted again today, and I don't think I can. I don't think I can turn the edit over to somebody.
Dude, I was just slow with it, Tommy, or I felt I was slow, and it would just take me a lot of time, especially, I would do it after probably, put the kids down, so, I would work, till midnight almost every night, and, it was just getting tedious for me. So
it just works.
It works. Yeah. Now I had one before Jacob too. I have, and I'm still friends with this guy, and he'll edit for me also. But he got a full-time gig working for a company, and he don't edit a whole lot more. But I did edit. He edited for me for. I've had an editor now for a couple, maybe 2-3 years now.
Mm-hmm. What do you work? 40 hours a week?
Depends. Yeah, it really depends. It goes ebbs and flows. So I'm a sales engineer by trade, electrical trade. So it just depends. Depends on how things are going. I might have to go visit customers. May have to get some quotes going. It just depends.
Will wants to know: have you tried the Valerie Brothers smoked meats? The best turkey legs that he has eaten. I've never heard of them.
Never heard of that. Where's he get them from?
I'm not sure, Will. By the time I get to that was 6:15. I'm about 7 minutes behind.
So cool.
But if you could pop that up, Will, where you got them from, I've never heard of them. So what Colleen wants to know: what barbecue variations are your favorite? Southern food, northern food. Doesn't have to be barbecue. Do you like the southern twist? Do you like the northern twist? West Coast twist, maybe, or your twist?
I didn't know there was any other twist. I just thought Southern was it, man.
Yeah, right. And that must mean you've never been to a restaurant in New York.
I've been to New York once. and it was just for one time. I had to do a work trip up there for one
Yeah.
day. But no, I've never been to New York. Traveled
See,
to other places, but
they have some killer restaurants in New York. Hey, there's killer restaurants everywhere, really.
yeah.
Let
I
me
would
just
say
go.
I tend to lean towards Southern. I love Mexican food. Southern's just foods is what I grew up with. Just meat, taters, and beans and things like that. But
So, so Wendy says she gets a lot of cooking inspiration from restaurant menus, and that brings up from a question I asked you before to what Wendy just said there. I get a lot of inspiration from TikTok. I get a lot of cooking videos that come to me, and obviously they're quick 60-second clips, but watching a 60-second TikTok makes my wheels spin.
yeah,
And then from there, I'll jump to the Google and start Googling the recipe, and you'll see different variations. But I do get a lot of inspiration from TikTok, I have to say.
yeah. There's a lot of places. To get stuff from. Just like you said, it just depends on what makes you tick.
Hold on. And of course, Josh is flirting with CJ. And there is my daughter checking in.
Hello.
How many different seasonings have you created? I know I've tried. I've tried your one. Have you created more than one?
Yeah, I have another one out now. It's called right now. It's called Fiesta Blend, but I don't know what I was thinking whenever I came up with that. I should have named it Dust. So I changed the name. It's actually I got a new shipment coming. Should be coming this week, and I changed it to Fiesta Dust.
Okay.
I'll have Dust in all my naming conventions for all things going forward.
Okay, so that's going to be your little thing.
Yeah. And his best videos are ideas from his editor. Jacob is silly.
Yeah,
And
he's taking all the credit.
Yeah, and he's extra too. He has a electric vest so he can stay warm. Who does that? But yeah, it's Fiesta Dust and I have two. I'm working on developing another one soon that I want to drop this year. And then I got maybe one or two more that I'd like to do. So
Now, Marlene, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, wants to see more of your daughter.
yeah, so I filmed one with her yesterday.
There you go. I think I saw that actually.
Yeah. So we are. The only problem is sometimes I don't. She's at school or whatever. Whenever I'm able to film something, so that's the only thing is I used to film basically what we were eating, and it kind of started getting tough to do that, especially when we brought the new kid, our little boy into the world. You get two, it starts to get a little crazy.
How old's your youngest?
He's 5 now.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me.
Yep. Pretty sure that's Hussey.
David says you're the best.
David Beckley from Ohio. Hey, David.
Hussey has the best videos. Keep everything simple for even the simplest griddlers or grillers. That is from David.
Pierce. Yeah. Hey, David. Good to see you in here, buddy. I
And
cooked for him not long ago.
Huh?
I cooked for him not long ago for his
there you
business.
go.
Yeah.
And CJ would love to turn his videos over to an editor. I'll tell you, I've come up with I didn't come up with it. I was learning from somebody a new editing style that I'm quite thrilled with, but it is a lot longer. So the old way I used to do it, I used to really be able to film and edit a video in one day, tighten it up maybe a little bit the next day, because as the protein was cooking, I'm in my office editing. Okay, so I can work the clips, and if I do a clip, I'll bring it in, download it, edit it, not voice it, but I'll edit it, and then later that night I'll voice it, or early in the morning. But now I kind of dig what I'm doing now, because So I don't even talk. So when I cook, I don't even talk. I just film everything.
Yeah.
So so like tomorrow, I'm going to go out. I'll just film everything that I do. I'll download it in all on my computer, and then that day I'll start dropping the edits into place. On the timeline,
Yeah.
just rough, and then the next day I'll go out and I'll do all the speaking and I'll overlay it.
Okay.
Which is it's working out good for me because it was just getting boring. It was just getting boring. It was something different.
I feel like you got to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's with me. I gotta be real aware, because I do some things different with Blackstone than I do with my channel. So it's that's been a kind of a breath of fresh air to do some different things. So
You're Spanky?
that's my brother, Spanky's little brother, makes it big.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people call used to be his CB handle when he drove a truck, was Spanky.
I appreciate that, Joe. So getting back to the edit, let me get my train of thought back. I noticed after, so Ricer, it's no secret, Ricer's been working with me. But then I started noticing how many other shows actually edit the same way. Yeah. M&K being one of them, Trail, Smoke Barbecue, whatever was another one. Okay. And there's quite a lot of other shows that edit the same way. I don't know. I'm excited about it.
I think if it excites you, I think that's the best thing to do, man.
Yeah.
Now I do for Blackstone, or sometimes for me, I'll do different things. But what I feel like I like most is whenever I'm yapping my gums in front of the dang camera. You know what I'm saying? But what I'll do is I'll do the action, and then I'll talk over it, while I do it, and then we'll lay that over it. Especially like Jacob, he's working B-roll camera, and then I have my A-roll camera, as a main camera. And so, when you really, really want them sexy shots, those B-roll shots, it makes it nice. And then whenever you talk over it, so.
Well, that's what I do. I get a lot of, I get a lot of B-roll, and just drop a lot of money shots over.
Yep.
And as I speak, it's been working out pretty good. And I've got a couple, and Colleen is correct. I do get a lot of, stuff from her. She sends me a lot of stuff. Yeah. CJ only uses TikTok to learn how to dance. I will have to check those dance moves out in Houston. And there is my man Pickles, man. I hope you are doing well, man. I know I reached out to you a couple months back, but I don't think you ever saw it, but I hope you are doing well.
His mom made lasagna soup, and she's not on TikTok.
Just going through these. And you certainly brought out the crew.
Wayne Hunt, I just saw him the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, sure did.
Now I thought you moved. Didn't you move?
Yeah, I moved like 7 minutes over. 7 minutes.
Okay. So it wasn't a far move.
Yeah. I'm not far from my old house. Yeah.
You must have paid a lot of people to show up here tonight.
Man, I tell you, I'm about broke.
You're about broke. You better get a hit on the videos, man.
Yeah, that's my buddy Jason right there. Real good guy, a local guy. I cooked for him and 40 of his employees and friends for Thanksgiving. That was a pretty good time.
I think I might have saw that. I think I might have saw that.
Well, I tell you what, I was rolling, man. I did all that on one griddle too, Tommy.
No kidding, man.
Yeah. Yeah. There's my niece. I didn't have to pay her.
You have to pay her. She showed up.
Yeah, she's freebie.
And Pickles says if you're on crack, you edit for TikTok. And there is my man. I gotta have you on. I'm gonna reach out to you, Rob. I've been meaning to do it. I think you've slowed down on posting, Rob. So I haven't seen you around.
few
Hold on, I'm
people,
still going through these.
slowed down a little bit. I think they're getting a little discouraged about how views are going sometimes.
It's tough, man. It's tough. You know, I have to say, my watch time per video on the old style of the way I used to edit dropped down to like 3 minutes of video.
Yeah.
Sometimes even a little less, but usually ended up into the 3 minutes. My last couple videos were up into the 5 minutes.
That's good.
That's 5 minutes on a, you know, like a 9 minute video, which isn't bad. Where do you end up on a video?
You know what? There for a while, I was trying to keep everything. Now, this is just me. I mean, I think everybody's different, right? I thought that I need to start driving my time, the like total time of video. I thought that I need to be as small as possible, and because everybody's like attention span. But then I was like, my personality is not coming out in this at all, and that's what got me to where I was, And I finally just said, I'm going to do what I want to do. And so I kind of got back to my roots, trying to get people back into the show. I even, I bring Jacob, I bring him in, I bring Maggie back, I bring, whoever, just trying to bring some characters back in. My neighbor beside of me, even he's kind of a character about when he's going to honk at me whenever he leaves or whatever. But I'm probably averaging maybe over, I would say 8 to 10 minutes or so per video.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
And so, but how long are your videos usually?
8 to 10 videos. 8 to 10 minutes is generally what I'm probably averaging now.
No, but what's your average watch time?
Average watch time?
If you do like a 9 minute video, where do you end up as far as the average people of watching? 5 minutes, 6 minutes?
Yeah, probably around there. Yeah.
In that range.
Yep.
Now, I created a Molly burger. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
I remember that. Yep.
Okay. When are you going to create a Maggie burger?
You know what? That'd be a good idea. I need to do
Yeah.
that.
There you go. And you can send my check in the mail, or actually send it to Jeremy.
Yeah.
It was his idea.
Good job, Jeremy.
And we got a Facebook user that says you are a great chef.
Yeah,
I can't keep up with his cooking. Now, you do cook a lot. So here's something I struggle with. And correct me if I'm wrong. Have you dropped a couple pounds over the past whatever?
Yeah, I have. I've tried.
You have?
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe there for a while I was around 30 pounds or so.
Okay. So how'd you do it?
Kind of intermittent fasting. Basically,
That's exactly what I do, man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll be fasting tonight after the show. Well, I already ate, and probably maybe till Wednesday.
You go that long?
Yeah, I've done till Thursday.
Really?
Sunday to Thursday.
Dang.
And I'll tell you, my cholesterol went from 240 or 250 to 180.
Wow.
I really think fasting is a key to something. Because if you think about it, it just allows the body to clean out. And if you combine the fasting with, like it's say, a dirty keto, per se, not full out keto, but maybe more of a dirty type keto, you're really going to start burning a lot of that just garbage and fat and sugar and whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. I got into walking some. I never really had any health problems. I did start having a little bit of high blood pressure, and I wanted to try to bring that down. So I started doing some walking, and then I think for the month of August, I think I started around August walking. I think St. Jude had it was like 2 miles a day for the entire month, and I tried to do that. I didn't quite accomplish that entire goal. But I did start getting out walking a lot more, which helped me out a lot. And I the intermittent fasting thing, I didn't go as long as you, but I would basically cut it off. I wouldn't eat dinner. I would basically cut dinner off, and then I wouldn't eat again until it was basically lunch would about when I would cut it off. And I would eat pretty clean, like you said, a dirty keto. But it was pretty clean. Maybe some meat and a salad, something like that. And what was helping me is the kids were involved in sports and stuff after school, so we had to go somewhere, and basically I just tried to get them something in them so we can get to practice or get to a game. And then I was just like, I just don't really feel like eating.
Yeah.
And I just started seeing, this weight was just falling off. I was like, dang, this is a good thing. So,
It's crazy, so on a fast from Sunday to Thursday, come time Tuesday, you'll start, maybe you'll get some headaches. Because the body's is looking for the junk, so you'll start getting headaches and you'll start maybe feeling a little bit blah, but you just ride that out. And the next day or so, the headaches will go away and you literally feel like you can run from North Carolina to Florida. You got so much energy because your body has just adjusted. And, it's that old saying, when you eat a lot like Chinese or some garbage like that, you're tired. You want to go to sleep, and that's how the body works, So when you get rid of a lot of that stuff, fasting is very, I do believe it's very beneficial. And I wish the our medical, whatever field people would stop prescribing pills and start prescribing health. Somebody that's going into diabetic, and they weigh 350 pounds, they just give them pills, but they don't tell them, look, you got to work with a thing, you got to lose weight, you got to go to the gym, get everything down, your numbers will come down, and you'll be a lot better. But our country, I guess the medical with the pharmaceuticals is this big money, and the doctors just don't do it.
Yep. Big dollar,
but
man. Big dollar.
I wish they did.
Yep.
And somebody says that you don't fast that long.
That's my wife, by the way.
That's your wife. There you go.
I'll lay off. You don't fast that long. No, I will not fast. What does she mean I don't fast that long? I do go from because she'll mess with me, Tommy. She'll be like, I guess you're not eating tonight. So, but yeah, I can normally go lunch to lunch. Yeah.
Yeah. And think about it, because if you can stop at lunch and miss dinner, then you're going to sleep for 8 hours, wake up the next day. Yeah. You're already got 20 hours in of fasting, and your body, if you do some Googling, your body, how it burns fat and this, that, and the other. And sugar is like the devil on earth, right? I mean, sugar is like probably the worst thing you could put in your body. And if you just do the thing of cutting sugar out of your body will respond. I'm not much of a walker, but I do, I guess maybe I am, because I do the treadmill. So I'll go to the gym 5 days a week and do the treadmill. And I feel pretty good.
Yep, that's good.
We'll see. Hold on.
Walking is
Pickles eats 3 dinners.
Don't surprise me.
And here is Uncle Rocky.
Uncle Rocky.
I hope you send all these your whole crew over to my channel. I want to see a big bump in subscriptions.
Y'all go to Tommy's channel, dang it. Chop, chop.
Make us all better cooks.
And he probably watches you. He says, hi, Tommy. Thanks for,
And there is my man, Smoking Joe. And I know this was 6:39, so I'm a little bit behind, only a couple minutes. But, Joe, I am going to be in Houston. I know I spoke to you last week. I don't know if you're going to make the trek over.
You going for the rodeo?
I am.
The rodeo? Yeah, that's coming up. That's coming up in February, right?
Middle February. I bring this up a lot, but I haven't told you. But I met a lot of YouTubers last year, and everybody got a little jogged behind with COVID. But last year I met, M&K, the Wall Twins, CJ, Josh, Babe, the Bitchy Baker. I don't want to leave anybody out. I'm looking at my wall. because I got some pictures up there. And so we're going to continue that this year with M&K again, obviously. And then over to Houston, which, there's going to be so many YouTubers there that I'm going to get to meet, from Uncle Steve to, Grill Sergeant CJ's going, Chef Johnny. I mean, the list probably goes on and on. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
I'll lay off you for not eating. There's the wife.
There she goes.
How long you been married?
13 years.
Okay.
Yep. Can Hussey
And
sing?
Smoking Joe wants a pallet of diet cheer wine.
We could try to get that happen. I might can send some. I don't know about a pallet. We can try to hook that up. It's good stuff, man.
Scotty works 10 hours a day, burns a lot of calories. I eat, work on the pits, then go back and go to bed.
I tell
And
you,
there
man,
is my man, 1047.
Working a pit, man. It's definitely a work, especially if you're working a stick burner.
Well, again, going back, I appreciate that, Uncle Rocky. Going back to how I edit now, it's just so much fun because, again, you're always pressured to talk. When you're cooking, you're breaking, cooking, break cooking. So now I don't do that. So now it's just like straight cooking, which is the fun for me is always the cooking. I just love to cook.
Sure, yeah.
And there is Little Beefy, or is it Boozy? I think it may be Little Boozy, right? We're in between 6 and 8 o'clock, or is it 7 and 8 o'clock where Beefy turns into Boozy? Bruno, cameras are going to be rolling all the time, I'm sure, man. I hope to go live. I don't know if there'll be any cooking being done on collabs like that, but there'll be some hoot and holler, and that is for sure, man. So how many videos would you say that and I'm actually all caught up, believe it or not, on the chat. How many videos would you say you do a week?
Oh man, it depends. I try to batch shoot most of my stuff, so it can be at least 4, or it could be sometimes 6, 4 to 6, I'd say.
How many do you release a week?
1.
Okay, so you release 1.
I release 1, but I also have Blackstone too. So I do a video for them, and I do a video for myself.
So to Jeremy here, I love my my little grilling man cave. I probably film 60% in there, and the rest up on the deck. I have my Halo stuff up on the deck and my Monument stuff on the deck, and it's just too much for me to keep rolling thing. And I don't really mind filming on the deck. So I'll close in the, maybe I'll film on the deck and then close in the shack. I mean, I love the shack. I do have to fix it up and get out there and clean it. I am not the most, when it comes to cleaning up and stuff, I am not. Who cleans up for you, Matthew? Do you clean everything for you, or does your wife help, or what's the deal? Your editor, maybe?
No, heck no. That Jack Leg, he ain't worth nothing on the cleaning. It's me. Just me.
Okay, so UT Appeals Board wants to know who wins a wrestling match between Hussey and CJ.
Well, that's a tough one there.
I mean, CJ's a big boy, man.
He's a big boy.
What do you weigh out, Hussey?
I'm 3.
You ain't 3.
Oh yeah.
You're in the 3s?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
A little over 6'1", and I think we're closely matched, I believe.
Okay.
But man, I don't know, man. I think if I don't know. Maybe I'm cocky, but
so that would be North Carolina against Cali.
yeah, and we know who's going to win that.
Well,
yeah,
the East Coast definitely has the edge.
We're scrappy, man. We're scrappy, especially when that walleye starts getting a little crazy eye. You know you're in for business then.
Now I'm from Jersey, and I don't wrestle or fight anybody. All I do is usually just make a call. and
Yeah.
it gets taken care of right from that. That's how we roll in Jersey. And Uncle Steve says that there'll be a lot of late night collabs going on his back porch. So there you go.
There we go.
Do you guys do a dry one before your video, or do you just go for it and see how it turns out? Are you talking, I'm guessing you're talking recipes, Colleen. I've cooked there's nothing hardly that I can, how do you feel on this, Hussey? There's nothing that I ever throw on the grill that I probably haven't cooked in the past. You know, recipes may have changed a little bit, but the main proteins or the main protein or what I'm doing, I've probably have cooked sometimes before in my life. How about you, Hussey?
Yeah, most of the time, but not all the time. And I do not do a dry run. And thankfully, at this point, I've only scrapped two recipes, two videos that I didn't like. So, because a lot of people say, well, what do you like everything? Because you know how everybody's like, oh, this is the best thing ever, and I'll be honest, I think everything's really good, and even Jacob, and he to this day, I mean, he said it yesterday. He said the only thing he said he didn't like it. He said it just wasn't his thing. Was some salmon patties. That's what we grew up on, salmon patties, and I mean that's how it was. Even kids these days from the South, they're like, I didn't like salmon patties, but Mama made them, and I liked them.
Yeah.
But, like my brother, he wasn't much on salmon patties. And when you're from the South, you say salmon. I know it's pronounced salmon, but
Salmon.
Yeah, we it's salmon patties. But yeah, I mean everything we scrapped two. I think with Jacob, I've scrapped one, and I was like, scratch it. We're not doing this. It's not turning out right. It wasn't that it wasn't good. It just didn't turn out like I liked. I didn't like anything about it, and so we scrapped it.
I mean, I probably like everything I cook. A dead giveaway with me is if I say something's the best, I'm not fibbing. It is the best. Like that brisket I just did was one of the best I've ever cooked. I mean, it was just so good. When I use terms like through the roof, those are terms because I'm a little excited. I try to keep everything in check. I don't want to say everything is great and the best, but I think if you look at what I'm saying, you could probably tell because everyone's different. So you can cook something that is you love that I'm not crazy. That's okay with me. I mean, I like most all food.
Yep.
But I never really cook anything that I hate because I probably wouldn't be cooking it if I knew I was going to hate it. Like people want me to do frog's legs. I'm not doing them.
Right.
Because I'm going to hate them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fake my way through it because it's hard to fake. When you take a bite of something on camera, it's hard to fake.
Yeah.
It's hard to fake. Sometimes I have cooked stuff where it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. In other words, I thought it was going to be banging. I thought it was going to be friggin' through the roof, and it wasn't. It was good.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Sometimes it's my energy that day. If it's the fourth or fifth video of the day, and my energy just might not be there. I'm just like trying to just bang it out. I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny you say that because in my old style of editing, when I have to do the video and I've just cooked for 8-9 hours, I could care less at that point what it tastes like. I don't even want it. You know what I mean? It's been a long day. It's getting dark out. I'm tired, and I'm just not into it. So I totally agree what you're saying there, man.
Yep, and it's something you got to kind of get used to. Putting that many reps in, as far as shooting that many videos.
So again, not to think, but so the new way I do it, I actually can put the food on a side and close the next day and heat up the food and do the taste test the next day. So I don't even have to do it the day I cook, which is, I'm more refreshed the next day. So that's another little bit of plus. I have so many bloopers. I'm not sure who that Facebook user is because I can't see the name. I have sent a few over through text message to M&K during the day. They have witnessed some of my bloopers. Do you have a lot of bloopers?
Yeah, that's something I've been doing.
Oh, you have been showing them.
Yeah, I've been putting them at the end of my video. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to maybe do that. Try to
Yep.
keep people, because I mean, I've got bloopers on every video.
Yep.
From airplanes to dogs to, fires. Paper towels catching up. Cursing, Molly. The whole thing. Hold on here, smash taco burgers. Yeah, smash burger tacos, they were good. That was a TikTok thing, but I hear what you're saying there, Jeremy. I mean, they ain't the shit like people.
I tell you what, I loved it.
Do you?
I did, man. I ate it. I tell you what, I made like 6 of those things, Tommy.
Okay.
And I'd be dang if I didn't eat about all 6 of them suckers.
Well, see, you're a taco guy, and that I'm not.
Yeah.
I tacos and burritos and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of that stuff, and that's why you don't see a lot of that stuff on my channel.
Yeah.
But I'm in the minority there because I know people love them. Because I see the videos do good.
I sat there and I don't think Jacob was with me on that. Dude, they were, like I said, I may have been 8 of them. I think I ate 6 of the 8. I mean, I was like, Hussey, you back away, son. Just, it was just, it hit good. Maybe I was hungry, but they were good.
So that Marlene, I guess is she you know her?
I think videos. I don't know, Marlene.
So here's how I feel on that. So when I'm doing a recipe, even if the recipe didn't come out, so say I screwed something up, I'm talking like too much salt or whatever. Personally, unless I missed the protein, in other words, I like a medium rare, unless I do a well done where I totally flubbed it. But when I'm doing a recipe, and if I thought it was okay, I don't really like to just say, "Yeah, this is okay," because you may love it. You know what I mean? So I don't really like to put down any recipes that I do. I like to think that everything is good. Because I want people to make obviously what I'm cooking, and I want them to be their own judge if they liked it or not. If something was totally garbage, then it's totally garbage. But I don't think anything I cook is ever totally garbage because the recipes. How do you feel about that?
I will say, so I think this is kind of where you're going, and you agree. I mean, you're 100% right. Different people are different. Like smash burger tacos, you're not a taco guy. I'm a taco guy. So I'm cooking for everybody, trying to cook for everybody. But I will say, like, man, I could have added maybe a little bit of like a tang, like some lemon juice, maybe some vinegar, or maybe needed some more salt, or maybe I put too much salt.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good to say that because it does come across as real, it comes across as organic, But yeah, I think being somewhat real and posting it, I mean, if it catches you off guard, I've done it before too, and it's like this don't really meet what I thought it was going to do.
Yeah,
but you still got to kind of go through with it because somebody else might think it's the cat.
Well, that's what I think. That's what I think. So we talked about this before, but Uncle Rocky wants to know a little bit about the new Blackstone. If you could just touch on that real brief, and we were coming up to 7:00 already. So
man, it goes by fast.
Yeah.
So far, I just put this together. Uncle Rocky, I actually put that on my Instagram, my Facebook, and community post. So far, I like it, and I have cooked on this unit before. Just couldn't say anything about it, but it cooks pretty good for the most part. I haven't gotten many cooks on it. I cooked some. Mostly it was I cooked some ribs on it, and then mostly I warmed it, and then I used a griddle. Griddle works great. It's just like a 22-inch. It's got H burners on it. So I mean, it heats really well. It's got the omnivore griddle plate on it, which is it heats a little bit more evenly than previous models. So it's really nice. It's got a nice little shelf that kind of flips and back down. Paper towel holder. It's got a trash bag holder. So I think it's going to be nice, especially when you want to reverse sear things, which we commonly do. That's what I like to do. You got the griddle right there, and it'll. I cannot confirm, but I'm pretty sure if it's like my 22 that I have out in the garage, my dedicated 22, it'll heat up pretty dang fast. And it'll get a good sear on a tomahawk or a big old ribeye or whatever.
Now, did you pick that up or did it get delivered?
It was delivered.
Yeah, on a crate.
Yeah, it was a big crate.
You know,
man.
it's crazy. It's like you know, I look at some of these pits like in Walmart or where you can actually see the boxes, and it's like even the KC from Pit Boss. It's like, man, these boxes are friggin' big.
Yeah.
And I don't know how people, you know, it just seems like they're getting bigger and bigger.
This was on a double pallet, so it was 300 and some odd pounds
Yeah,
total.
it's freaking crazy.
It was big. It was very easy. I was a little intimidated. I didn't want to put it together. I hate putting together stuff,
Oh
man.
my God, I hate it.
But it was pretty easy to put together. It was a lot of just big pieces. You know, I had to put the legs on, but pretty much the griddle and the pellet grill was all one solid unit.
Yeah.
And then basically you had to assemble the legs and the bottom piece where you put the propane tank and you got like a shelf and all that.
Yeah.
But it was pretty easy, I must say.
Do you ever think that they're just trying to stick too much on a pit? You know what I mean? Like I felt with, like I touched a little bit about the KC, it was good, but it was just too much. They took a little bit away from this. You know what I mean? I'd prefer like separate. I prefer like a thing, and I know some people like these all-in-one units. And look, they're never going to be like where Lowe's will sell 20 Blackstones. They may sell one of these. You know what I mean? It's never going to be the top of the line seller for a Blackstone because it's just so damn big. But how do you feel? Do you feel it's just, or you'll maybe you have to use it to know how you feel?
Yeah, I think the folks that are looking for the people that are, maybe getting new into the game, where they might looking for a smoker and a griddle. This checks both boxes off really well. Put it on their back porch. They got them both, and I mean a 22-inch griddle is still a pretty good size, piece of steel. And you can cook quite a bit of stuff on it, and the smoker itself, I think what did it say, 820 some square inches, which is a pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's a decent size. With the KC from Pit Boss, you could barely fit one brisket on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it was going wall to wall.
Pretty sure you could do two briskets in this.
Yeah, a little tight fit on that KC, and again, the griddle was a little too small for my liking. Anyway, I always liked, and I never got one because they didn't come in colors. I'm not a big fan of stainless steel grills. I like colors.
Yeah.
Just because of the weather beat and stuff. And I always liked that Camp Chef with the sidekick.
Oh yeah.
The burner, either the burner. I always liked that, and I'm surprised other companies haven't really followed suit on that. But again, I never got one because it was only stainless steel.
Right.
So we're going to close out this show, but what do you got coming up as far as what you're cooking? Anything exciting or?
Right now, man, I had a good little catalog built up for myself. And just to be honest with you, in December, I haven't shot anything till yesterday since like December the 8th. And, I think I just kind of burn out a little bit, Tommy.
Yeah.
And just doing a lot, and it's been actually a breath of fresh air. Yesterday, I felt great, just getting back into the saddle. But got that video I shot with my daughter yesterday. It was just orange chicken. I think we did a pretty good job on that. Brought my little girl in, and she had fun. Blackstone got some got the big game coming up. Got something going for that. So. Now I got to get this thing seasoned up. So be looking for, some smoked goods, things of that nature right off this new Blackstone pellet grill, and
Rush that thing up, man.
yeah, I'm going to try to get it downstairs tomorrow. Try to get it under the good lights instead of
Yeah.
up in
I
the
know there's some new gravity feds coming out that I'm looking to get quick. One from Oklahoma Joe, and then obviously Masterbuilt.
okay.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I saw, was it Masterbuilt? I can't remember. It was a pretty cool. It was a pretty cool unit. I think it was pellet, and it had like a circular open flame right in the middle. I think it has almost like a diverter plate that you can. I saw East Coast Kelly's, I think, had it.
Okay.
I thought that was really good because, sometimes pellet grills aren't the best for grilling.
Yeah.
It just kind of, it looked like they may have bridged the gap a little bit to try to get more of the grilling. And it had, I mean, the circle was, I know good and well it was over 12 inches.
Pit Boss kind of had the market on that, but I have to tell you, I got a Halo griddle. Not I have the griddle, but I got the pellet grill from Halo, and it has the sear plate that you can move over and get direct flame.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why all pellet grills don't do that, because it is so important on a lot of stuff that you cook to get that sear. I love live fire cooking, but that sucker smokes. So much, man. I love. That's probably why I've been on the deck a lot. Just because I love cooking on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just fun. But I am going to be doing, and I'll close with you on this. Actually, because people have been asking, and I just did a brisket, but I am going to be doing another one on the Lone Star offset. So I'm looking forward to that. I just got to pick the day that's halfway decent, and I'll be up at 3 a.m. lighting that sucker. So there you go.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is fun, man, ain't it? There is nothing better than that smoke, billowing up. I don't care if it's a pellet grill, offset. I don't care, a Weber kettle. Ain't nothing better than 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when it's quiet out, the sun's coming up, everyone's sleeping, and that first billow of smoke just kind of oozes out above the horizon. I mean, that there is living.
I sat there. I'll put a chair right there at the fire.
I'm telling you, man.
I'll put my coffee on top of it. It keeps it warm. And man, I'm just it's fun. It's great.
That is, man. That's life. That is what it is all about. Those early morning smokes, are just killer, man.
I agree.
Killer. All right, dude. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate you having me on, buddy.
One day I will make my way. Well, actually, I probably will because, my daughter's having a kid, and we have already been under discussion of some North Carolina summer getaways.
Let me know, man. We're not far from the beach. I know you like the beach.
How far are you out from Nags?
Nags Head? Probably 4 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You're not that far from me. I mean, what are you from Jersey? How far? 12?
No, we're 8 hours. You can get to New York in 8 hours.
Yeah, I jump in my truck, man. I'll be on Hussey's deck by friggin' 6 a.m., man.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we got to do it, man. We got to do it.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Appreciate you, Tommy.
Talking to you, man.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you. Thanks, man. All righty, man. That's certainly fun. Look, I started these interviews with people that I know just to get warmed up. I know Hussey, but I haven't really spoke to him like that, so it was a lot of fun for me. It's a lot of fun learning about all these channels and all these people, how they do it and stuff. So that's it, man. I am going to get ready to close this one out. Let's go through the comments real quick. Uncle Rocky says, I love chefs that call. Burn. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, burned, not charred. There you go. I wanted to touch a little bit with Hussey on burnout because we all get that way. But we seem to get rejuvenated January 1st. I never touched with him on that. But I would think that's how everybody feels. January 1st is time for everybody to write their own story. Everybody gets a do-over. And you write your own story, man, of how you want 24 to be. That's important for everybody to know. Great show. I appreciate that. Just got done watching your top 5 for 2023. There you go. That collab would be awesome, man. That's it, man. I appreciate all you guys. I do believe I will be back here next week. I will get up a guest. If there's anybody, any viewers wants to see on the show, just reach out to me on Facebook or through Gallery or whatever. I'm easy to get in touch with. And it was there. I was looking at the numbers. There was at one time about 80 people total. That's about 30, 40 more than normal. So I appreciate that. All right, man, that is it. I am going to close out this show. I appreciate everybody, man. Keep watching those videos. Keep supporting all the creators. And until next time, we will see you all soon. And have a great week.